Okay, let's get right into it because something really big is shifting in the world of marketing right now. You see, while everyone's obsessing over AI and algorithms, there's a totally different, much more human strategy that's quietly building absolute empires. So today, we're going to break down why community, it might just be the most powerful, most future-proof growth strategy you have. So let's just start with a pretty provocative question, right? Is your current marketing playbook, is it on a collision course with technology? I mean, if your whole business is built on selling information or just being the loudest voice in the room, you might be in a race against AI that, let's be honest, you probably can't win. But what if there's a better way to play the game? This breaks it down so perfectly. You've got the old way on one side, selling info, which means you're always competing with tech, always chasing that next sale. But then you've got the new way, building community. Now look at that middle line, because this is the kicker. Immune to AI. And that's because an AI can spit out information all day long, but it cannot build real human connection. And this shifts the entire goal from just getting a quick sale to building something far more valuable, genuine long-term loyalty. So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll dig into this huge shift away from information. Then, we're going to look at two incredible real-world examples, a super powerful one-to-one method, and a $100 million community. And then, we'll wrap it all up with a playbook you can literally start using today. All right, let's jump into part one. For so many years, the whole backbone of online business was selling information, right? Courses, guides, you name it. But that whole model, it's starting to crack. Why? Because information is basically becoming free. It's a commodity. And this quote from entrepreneur Pace Morby, man, it just nails the new reality. He says, the value's not in the course and information. The value is in the community. AI can't build a community. Just think about that for a second. You can ask an AI to create an amazing course on pretty much any topic. But the one thing you can't get from it, that sense of belonging, that shared journey, that human connection, that's the new goal. Okay, so that's the theory, but how does this actually work? Let's look at our first piece of proof. This is from a marketer named Richmond Din, and he has absolutely perfected a way to build community on a really small but incredibly powerful scale. Richmond's strategy is brilliant. It's called the Tiny Challenge. So instead of trying to sell to hundreds of people, he just focuses, like laser focuses, on helping one single person get a specific result. This isn't about broadcasting a message, it's about deep personal service. And what it does is it not only turns that one person into a massive superfan, it also lets you perfect your whole process with immediate real-world feedback. So here's how this genius process works, step by step. First, you just help one person. All the stress of a big launch? Gone. Second, you use their feedback to make your process bulletproof. And you might be wondering, okay, that's a cool idea, but does it work financially? Get this. The typical conversion rate from one of these tiny challenges into a high-ticket offer is a staggering 30%. 30! I mean, those are numbers you almost never, ever see in traditional marketing. It's just proof of the insane financial power of creating a deep human connection before you ever ask for the big sale. All right, now let's take this same principle and scale it way, way up. Because if Richmond Din shows us the power of one-to-one, Pace Morby shows what happens when you apply that same community-first spirit to a one-to-many model and build a $100 million empire doing it. Pace's story is just, it's wild. It didn't start with some fancy, complicated marketing funnel. You know where it started? A Circle K gas station. He held free meetups there just to help people learn about real estate. Then one day, like 60 people showed up, so he started a free Facebook group. He was waking up at 3 a.m. just to answer people's questions for free. After building all of that trust and goodwill, he finally launched a paid community and did $4 million in sales in the first week, with zero ad spend. And that grew into a $100 million business in only 3 years. But here's the most important part, the real motivation. Pace calls it the helper's heroine. You know, that incredible, addictive feeling you get when you genuinely help somebody change their life? He's not driven by the sale. He's driven by the transformation. And that authenticity, That's the magnet that pulls people into his community and makes them want to stay. And the loyalty this creates is just off the charts. Get this story. In one affiliate promotion, Pace gave his community just 5 minutes notice before he was going to go live. Thousands of people showed up, and in 1 hour, he outsold every other affiliate combined. That is not marketing. That's a movement. That's the power you get when a group of people trusts you completely because you have served them time and time again. So, we've seen the proof, from the small, one-on-one scale to the massive one-to-many empire. So now, let's bring this all home. Let's make this about you, because this isn't just for some marketing gurus. It's a strategy you can start using right now. Here's your playbook. It really just boils down to 3 clear things you can do to start. First, try the tiny challenge. Find one person you can help with an insane level of focus and depth. Second, show up in the real world. Maybe it's not a gas station, but a local coffee shop meetup. That can be incredibly powerful. And third, and this is the most important one, lead with value. Just like Pace says, forget about the money for a second and just obsess over how you can genuinely serve people. Because ultimately, this is the big idea. This is what flips the entire script on marketing. When you shift your mindset from what can I sell them to how can I serve them, the selling just kind of takes care of itself. Your community becomes your marketing department, and your business grows on this solid foundation of trust and actual goodwill. So as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this one final thought. The best marketing isn't about selling. It's about serving. So the only real question left is, who will you serve first? Thanks for tuning in.